it's also not much fun if that's you. Okay? Do you guys know what I mean when you're addicted to anger? Anybody want some more clarification? It seems like they're attracted to it, right? They even look for the people at the party that are as pissed as them, right? They're looking for the story. Oh yeah, I got to turn off too, right? Okay, so you all know. All right, all right. They also feel the feeling they experience is a lot of anger and frustration. Okay, especially when you guys know what it's like to try to be perfect. Anybody? Okay. And when you can't be perfect, what happens? You get frustrated, right? And it doesn't feel good. Okay. So that's the feeling that this stage brings along with you, not just the anger. They look for some negative talk. I already addressed that, but you're attracted to negative people, and most likely to feel that others have to change and not yourself. All right, I'll personally, in my 20s, know I was there. My mom, again, can tell you, but don't talk about that time. All right, awareness is stage 3. I'm going to say probably everybody in the room is either at stage 3 or all the way up to stage 5, okay? Mostly because you're here at a personal growth seminar, right? That means you're challenging yourself. You're wanting to look forward. You're wanting to open up, right? So awareness is addicted to your own perception and pointing out other people's addictions. Isn't that fun? Oh, did you hear she had an addiction to alcohol? Oh my God, did you hear it? Right? Be all about, or can you believe she picked the wrong man again? All right. We also feel stuck in this stage. We're aware that we're stuck, but we don't really know what to do about it. All right? I don't say the feeling is frustration, but that can be also what you experience during this time. It's just a little more freeing. Anger is a little more of a nasty, ugly place. This one is a little more of a hopeful place. All right? You begin to notice that you're a part of the problem. That's why it's more hopeful, right? If we're part of the problem, what happens? What? We can resolve it, exactly. Ooh, she's right on it. That's right. If you're part of the problem, you're part of you're part of the solution. Okay? So you beat yourself up for being a part of the problem in this stage. I got a couple of shakes. There's a few of you out there, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. No offense to women, I'm just going to talk about us for a minute. We love to pull the bat out, right? And we hit ourselves with it. I can't believe I did it that way. I should have done it this way. Okay? Guys do this too. I just think that women, we do it maybe a little bit more. Okay? Okay, well, maybe not. All right. Now, also, sometimes you notice that you're a solution. We talked about that. And you start to use anger and frustration to break old habits in this stage. Have you noticed if you use your anger to move forward, you actually can get somewhere, right? It's when you sit in it that it's a problem. But sometimes we get angry and it means that we have the strength to break up with the person we should have broke up with 3 years ago. Or to leave the job we should have left. Okay? So it's a time of moving into change. Any of you guys like change? I know there's a couple of you. Yeah, okay. And then for a lot of us, though, change is hard, isn't it? I mean, there are some that they're attracted to it, but for many of us, it's rough, moving into that place. Okay? So keep this in mind that it's okay if you're scared, but use your fear, move through to... I lost my train of thought. You're going to edit that. All right. This is when you begin to understand gratitude. All right? How many of you know what gratitude is and use it every day? Right? See? I knew you guys were a good group. All right. There's lots of ways we can call gratitude, right? Prayer. What other ways? Just being thankful. Anybody else? Huh? Acknowledging people. Right? What else? Meditation. Sometimes we're grateful and having gratitude in meditation. It might even be what we're meditating on, right? Okay. So they begin to understand it. All right. Now I'm going to speed this up just a little because I know I could talk forever, and I don't want to bore you guys. All right. So openness is when you're still addicted to negative thinking, okay? You feel excitement, but you also feel fear in this stage. All right. Now, I want to tell you really quick. There's a nurse in here and a pharmacist, so I know you guys know this, and I know the personal trainer knows it. All right. Fear and excitement are the same physiological response in the body. How many knew that? Okay. So you understand what that means, right? They're the same physiological response. So if you think you're scared, you actually could decide you're excited. You get it? And that's more fun, isn't it? Isn't it more fun to be excited? I don't know. Somebody asked me today, so are you nervous? I said, well, since they're the same in the body, nervous and excited, I decided I'm going to be excited today.
You can choose.
Exactly, you can choose, all right? So they feel excitement and fear, and their addictions are starting to become conscious at this point. Now, you guys all know what I'm talking about when you start noticing your habits and the things that you're doing in your mind. Anybody have some trouble with negative thinking? Okay. So when you become aware, that becomes a big priority in your brain, right? You start going, wow, look at how I'm doing this. You know, all of a sudden you don't want to complain about the guy who cut you off. You know, you don't want to do that anymore. But you don't know how to stop yet. You're still stuck in that cycle. All right, that rut. You're breaking habits that you want to break. You're learning to make mistakes, and it's okay. All right? This is when we really start to move out of needing to be perfect. Okay? That was not where I meant to go. Okay, you know that you are the solution. You're not just noticing it, but you really know it at this point. And you're starting to be consciously use gratitude. And that's what we need to be doing every single day. When we use gratitude, don't we feel better? Right? When we do it every day, you just feel like you're in flow, right? Like, as soon as I remember, like, oh, thank you, God, you know, I'm so grateful that things are flowing, and I'm so grateful everybody in my life's healthy, and all of a sudden I feel better. I'm like, yeah, I remembered. You know, it feels good. Okay? So we want to consciously use it.